Marcos Esparza. Mr. Esparza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant's vehicle weaving between lanes and failing to signal a lane change. Officer also checked defendant's license plate, which returned as the vehicle having unconfirmed insurance. Upon contact, officer observed red glossy eyes, slurred speech, and odor of alcoholic beverage. Defendant admitted to having consumed 4 beers. SMSTs were conducted, 6 out of 6 HDN, 7 out of 8 walk-in turns, 3 out of 4 one-night stand. DUIs were read and breath was refused. A blood warrant was signed and executed. License is eligible. No other DUIs.
All right. Mr. Esparza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
You have car insurance?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? You're not allowed to drive unless you have both, and I'm making that a condition of your bond.
Right.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir? How old are you?
34.
All right. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm first going to have you go to J.A.s, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. And after that, you're free to go. If you like your license, get on it quick.
Sir.
There's a lot of timing requirements with the DUIs. So don't sit and wait a month, 2 months, because you're only hurting yourself.
Right.
All right, please.
Yes.
How has it been not driving in Houston?
Been pretty difficult.
Wonderful. That makes me very happy. Because I would figure that it's elementary that you know that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you're driving. I would think that a 3rd grader understands that notion. And what I want you to understand and take away from this is that it is an absolute privilege to drive. It's not a right. You have no right to drive. If you want to take anywhere, you got one right. Take the Dodge Patas and you can walk your happy ass from point A to point B. But driving is a privilege. And it is a sacred privilege that we take serious because every day in our county, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision. It is a disgusting and sick statistic. And I, for the short time that we're going to be here, want to try to impart to every single person that it has to change. And it's not hard. It's really easy. And I did this in the hopes that you understand how great of a privilege it is. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell me what you're doing now.
So get back and forth from work. I've been riding with coworkers and I've been having my parents take me when they can, and the occasional Uber when no one can get me. But if I had to Uber every day, it'd be.
Mr. Trent tells me that I guess your mother has gone ill as well.
Yes, sir.
And has that been added an issue that's now?
Yes, sir, because she can't drive now, so. And it's just my dad, and he works a few days a week, has to go to the office, so. And I'm limited with that, so.
I want you to understand that I will allow you to drive now. But if I find that you're consuming alcohol, if I find that you have any more issues like this, then I'm going to take it away from you. And we're not going to play this game again. You get one crack at the whip. And I really want you to understand that, driving, it's really hard in this, where we live here, as big as Houston is, to thrive without the ability to drive. I'm not asking much. All I'm asking you to do is one simple thing. Number one, don't drink. If you are, just don't get into a car. And for Pete's sake, don't have it in the car while you are driving. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay, now as it stands now, you're still not allowed to drink while you're on bond in this case. If you do, I have one place for you. So just listen to Mike. He'll take care of you well. I'll give you back your ability to drive now, but I don't want any more issues. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. Make me proud. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mike. We'll take off. Yeah, just do what you need to do, your normal reset date, and then we'll make a notation. The second page on this.
That's all too.
You did? All right, you were a lawyer in Brazil.
Yes.
Ma'am, you were charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It also looks like you are also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On that one, you're facing the same thing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like they filed a felony evading in a motor vehicle as well. Is that going to be,
That's going to be dismissed once this plea is completed, Judge.
okay? That's a great deal. I'm going to tell you that you don't get many bites of an apple of this kind. So, anytime you avoid a felony, you're winning, but it's not many times that they're going to do this, bend over backwards to let a felony go like this. Looks like they've offered you 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 2 years. As part of the probation, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you have to fulfill them. They could be intensive outpatient treatment, supportive outpatient, could be inpatient treatment. I don't know. But until that point, you have to fulfill. Forfeit the weapon, no drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, an effective decision-making class, a victim impact panel, random urinalysis, 3 days in Harris County Jail as a condition, and no breath test refusal. What that means is that if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. I will tell you that if you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange. And the only thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about if you violated your probation. If you do, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
I understand.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
You also need to understand that this now makes 2 DWIs on your record. What happens on the next?
Automatic felony.
You will be facing a 3rd-degree felony. Same now, what you're on the evading. A minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car because you were taking a huge risk when $30 and a button on your phone will get you to wherever you need to go. I do it every weekend. If I want to go out, this is how I do it. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal, like I said. So done today, done forever. How do you plead to the offense, man? I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. Are you appointed or retained on the case? There is a matter of the supervisory fee that you're going to have to pay. It's a big one. We will give you 2 years to pay it, but it's a lot of money. If you don't pay it, it's a lot of jail time. Do you understand?
I understand.
It's $6,000 plus I'll waive the court costs.
No,
So Kavita, when does she want to go in to do the time?
I'm going this weekend, Judge, to do the 3 days.
Okay. So to turn in 12/6 by 6 p.m. You have any questions, man?
I am appointed, I'm not Okay, even though I am retained on this case, Ms. Brazil does live on her own. She has no dependents, but she's an elementary school teacher, so she does have. I didn't know if there was a way we can assess her financial situation to waive some of those fees.
Tell me about the evading in the motor vehicle. Was she? And when was the first DWI also?
So the officers, the stop was because she was driving 90 and 60. They attempted to stop her. She began to evade. Officers observed heavy traffic and used a pit maneuver to attempt to stop her from causing an accident. Officer attempted pit 3 times and was successful in the 3rd attempt. The distance of the pursuit was 4 miles. And her last DWI was in 2018 out of Montgomery County, and she received a 1-year probation.
And what other criminal history? Anything else?
I believe that's it, Judge.
What do you think?
I'm not gonna be opposed to waiving fines and fees.
Why would we reward you with all this though? You know, you're evading in a car. They have to try to tackle you in a car 3 different times, you know? Why not stop?
Yes,
I mean, let me ask you this. Do you possibly think that you're going to get away? You know, I don't think I've ever, other than someone driving one of those souped up, like, what are those, Stephen, what are those cars that those Dodge, those really souped up? No, but they're like those SUVs that can climb up nearly a vertical wall because they're so damn powerful. But really, do you think that you're possibly going to get away?
I don't think this was, she didn't realize the cops were behind her. And there was a lot of mitigating factors that we presented to the state. That's why they're dismissing the evading case. So it's not one of those types of situations. She was just running from the cops, trying to get away. She really was trying to move out of the way and didn't realize that they were behind her.
I don't know which kind of conversation you've had with the prosecutor in the felony
No,
court.
at some point, you have to get it. You've got a DWI from 18, you've now got one. And how many lives do you put in danger by evading like that? Imagine if you would have hit and killed someone. There was a lady here, there was a nurse here in Houston, goes up to LA, and it's on the news. You can watch it, where she's got this Mercedes, and it's a banging Mercedes, like it's a white, she blows through a stop sign at like 95 miles an hour. And you can watch it on the news. She plows into traffic, and it's a huge fireball, kills 6 people, gets charged with 6 counts of murder, or it was 5 counts of murder, 5 or 6 counts of aggravated assault. You know, how many lives ruined because of that one boneheaded movement? You know, I don't know, Kavita, what? Give me a good reason. Tell me something nice.
Judge, and her finances are limited.
Can you tell me that I take care of my mother?
Do you really teach in elementary school?
She
You
does.
teach our kids?
And she's taking care of her mother who's moved in with her, so she's got a lot of financial burdens on her. She did retain us, but we're putting her on a payment plan with a reduced cost because it's a referral from a family friend of Mr. Sliders, or a work friend of Mr. Sliders.
If I have to reduce my fees, you got to do too.
I did. I did, Judge, I promise you.
I'm happy that you're a teacher, but kids look up to you, you know, is this right? You know, kids, you know, a kid looks up to you for love, compassion, patience, to teach them the right thing to do. And this isn't it. Do better. Be better. All right, Kavita,
And Judge, this is just a sample of 1 of 2 pages of her recent AA meetings. She's been going to AA meetings since the spring of this year, and she's done all of her classes already. She's done a lot, and she's been going to counseling.
That's
as
great.
well.
You know, and I routinely preach this, that there are 2 types of people in this world that drink. There are those that drink and they become happy, merry, joyous. They're cracking jokes. They like to be the life of the party. And there are those that turn into complete animals. If that's you, just don't drink. Find something else to do in life. But if you're going to drink, be happy, be nice, be that jovial person. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Good luck, man. All right. Oh, yeah. I have to I'm going to suspend your license for a year. I have to. It's a second offense. Yeah. Do well. Show us that you're doing well. Don't have any positives, and we can talk about granting you an occupational license. But the law, it's a second DWI. I have to suspend your license. I'll do it. Typically, most do it for 2 years. I'll do it for a year. Show me that you're doing well, and we can talk about an occupational license. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll circle back on the occupational license later. Thank you.